swung. I ain't going out like no sucker. Had to let it burn like Usher. Gave a rest for an hour, Chris Tucker. You can never stay for another. I had to wait my time like a buffer. I let did I stutter. Ball hard, might get a tick. Bought a push start for it, got a check. Drip too hard, made it. I know she won't forget that we met. She had it broken down, she a wreck. They saying, Mo, you better than the rest. Who, me? I never would've guessed. Rookie, but I do it like a vet. I like it.
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They've got all W's on the ledger so far. A perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs offense has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55. Charles, it's Tom Brady.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you've got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
From the 41, Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go to work here for the first time, leading them out, the 11th overall pick of the 2021 draft. Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
It's complete to Golden Tate.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away.
Jadon Mickens deep for Tampa Bay.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive.
And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
2nd down, back to Fournette.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Brady now on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did.
Brady now on 1st down. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, this defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll give Fournette another crack, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Fournette.
And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown.
Leonard Fournette
With touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Ryan Succop for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return.
And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady.
He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A handoff to Fournette.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Throwing now is Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
Along Nichols. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
Brady.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Off-play action, Fields.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Succop for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Fields now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Here's a give to Fournette. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Brady to Evans that time. 1st down, Tampa.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Bernard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Shotgun now for Brady. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Buccaneers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Brady. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point put through by Suckham. And that makes the score 21-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Here's Cohen now to return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's
It's a give to Montgomery. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here's Chris Jones now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And some room to run now. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Brady. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On play action, now Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Succop's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Saquon Barkley, an afternoon to remember, 4 touchdown runs. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Texans have the lead in that one. Nico Collins, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Todd Gurley, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Here's Fields. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Called
Carlton Davis picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A draw play. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Yeah, so hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, Fields to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so, but it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect him, they've really been in sync and been on point. How about the guys going out?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not clear yet.
No, the message should be clear. The fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, it's Fournette.
63 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And is that Gronkowski the one slow to get up? Yes. Gronk still down right now. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside.
Fournette once more on second down.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now they'll throw with Brady. He completes it to Evans. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Now it's Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Here's Fields.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Chris Jones now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Mickens to return. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down.
To Evans on the slant. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Throughout his career, Tom Brady has made a living with the quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside, and I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah, and you can just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Footwork, intelligence, competitiveness, that's Tom Brady in a nutshell.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Extra point up and good by Succop, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Nice play there by Shaq Barrett, and he was always going to be hard-pressed to match his 2019 output, where his 19.5 sacks led the NFL. But still in 2020, he put 8 on the board and remains a key cog in the Buccaneers defense.
Now on 2nd and 16, Fields. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Fields on 3rd down. Completes a Mooney on the slant. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. That's complete to Mooney. Touchdown, Chicago! Darnell Mooney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback, And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting, as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 81 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. To throw is Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards that time for number 14. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. And that, not a sight you want to see. Leonard Fournette very slow to get up. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Down to the 25. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup, but still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. They'll go with Jones. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Antonio Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point put through by Succop, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now Fields. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On first down, Fields. And Graham on the grab. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing again is Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he gets it down to the 32. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. The connection made. It's Graham. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And one last throw here for Fields. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bucs, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.